What is poetry? Poetry is having the right words in the right order in order to reveal the conditions of the soul. Poetry is political because poetry is personal. Poems contribute to reality by extending the knowledge of the self and the world around her to someone else. With the right sound of words and the right line breaks, a successful poem will communicate the message even before the verse can be understood. Poetry itself is a record of where and how one has existed while alive. From ancient epics to contemporary rap lyrics, poetry distills the human condition into a transaction using words and the movement of those words as a currency for ideas, as a poem always desires to make some kind of reconciliation. When there is a connection with the words, then there is a coexistence that becomes established. Walls surrounding the human heart become demolished, and the universe is dented just a little bit more. People have attested to how poetry has saved their lives. Those people are receivers of how poems listened and chronicle the similar story of someone like themselves. From witnessing how the world grabs one by the throat to how one witnesses shadows dance. All poetry attempts to directly inscribe one's fears, loves, angers, losses, offices of loneliness, and the journeys discovered during a lifetime. Poems present words as music with rhyme and meter, visual representations with symbols, metaphors, similes, or as layered inner thoughts. Poetry at times is very simple and concrete. Poetry at other times exaggerates to amplify a problem hindering the peace of the world. Poets at times can be considered liars who only speak the truth. In every culture and generation having their own speech and nuances, the guidelines for what constitutes a poem may differ. But what does not change are the values of the signifiers within poems, as language itself is logical and universal. Poetry is itself a bird that ignores all man-made borders and fences. Verses throughout history and around the world always sought out to accomplish one single ambition. Life is so immense for me, but life is too temporary. So I must employ the sound of my words to speak about this life. Poetry itself cannot answer any dilemma humans encounter, but the poetry within can reveal those dilemmas.